What's the creepiest family rumor you've heard? Everyone said Aunt Gloria somehow knew when people would die or need help. Growing up, I never believed the stories about Aunt Gloria. She lived hours away, but would randomly appear right before something huge happened. The whole family treated it like a running joke, pure coincidence. My cousin Maria started the legend when Aunt Gloria brought her a crib mattress out of nowhere. Maria wasn't even married. A week later, she discovered she was pregnant. Then Uncle Roberto got moving boxes from Aunt Gloria and actually got mad at her. 2 days later, his company announced layoffs with his name on the list. The thing that always made me skeptical was how Aunt Gloria played dumb about it. When my mom asked her once, she just laughed and said, "I get lucky with timing." She never claimed anything special, never took credit. It had to be confirmation bias. We only remembered the hits and forgot the misses. That's what I told myself anyway. Everything changed when I turned 25. Aunt Gloria showed up at my grandmother's house while I was visiting on a random Tuesday. She was carrying photo albums and her hands were shaking. Grandma had just gotten a clean bill of health, but Aunt Gloria insisted they go through every family photo immediately. Something in her eyes made me stay and watch. They spent 3 days on that couch with Grandma telling stories about Puerto Rico, meeting my grandfather, her mother making her wedding dress. Aunt Gloria wrote everything down in one of those black notebooks she always carried. A week later, Grandma had a stroke and died peacefully. At the funeral, my cousin Antonio pulled me aside, voice shaking. She brought me a lawyer's business card last month, just left it on my counter. 2 days later, I got accused of stealing at work. That lawyer saved my job. Uncle Luis jumped in, looking pale. Aunt Gloria had begged him to get checked out. The doctor found a blockage that would have killed him within weeks. I felt my chest tighten. From then on, I watched her obsessively. After every family visit, she'd pull out those black notebooks and scribble something down, tucking them away when anyone got close. The pattern was undeniable. She'd visit someone, something would happen, then she'd document it. When I finally confronted her directly, she gave me this long look that made my skin crawl. "Mijo, some things we just feel. You'll understand when you're older." I started tracking her visits myself. Every single time preceded something significant. Job losses, pregnancies, accidents, deaths. But she never warned anyone directly, just left little gifts or suggestions. The evidence was becoming impossible to ignore. When Aunt Gloria died last spring, I handled her estate. While going through her jewelry box, I found a small key taped to the bottom with a note, "For family." You'll wonder too. The key opened a filing cabinet in her basement. Inside were dozens of black notebooks. 40 years of our family documented in her shaky handwriting. Recent ones had printed emails and GPS logs. Older notebooks were yellowing with faded receipts. Every entry made my stomach twist. One from 1987. "Had to see Patricia today even though I can't explain why." Added later, "Patricia lost the baby day after my visit." Another from 2001. "Drove all night to Thomas's apartment. Something told me he needed someone." Below, "Thomas called today. Said he almost ended everything, but my visit reminded him people cared." Page after page documenting visits before heart attacks, accidents, deaths. But never once did she write how she knew. Just the feeling, or had to go, or something pulled me there. The last entry was a month before she died. The feeling is different this time. It's peaceful. I think this one's about me. All those times we joked about Aunt Gloria's timing. All those coincidences. She'd carried this burden alone for decades, showing up when we needed her most, never explaining, never taking credit, just quietly saving us, one inexplicable visit at a time.